think we're good. How's it going, everybody? Carlos, Conley, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. You good? Hi, Stella. All right. Audio, everything coming through all right. I think it is. All right. Here we go. Oh, hi, Stella. What are you doing? Whew. Yeah. You good? Luna, out of there. Whew. Sounds good. Sweet. Thanks, everyone. Theron, how's it going? Heppo. Jordan, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. MHMD, how's it going? Doggos are kind of terrorizing the place right now. Stupid phone case was broken. What's everybody been up to? Anything new and exciting? Francis, how's it going? Ooh. Drip Craze, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Brett, how's it going? Everyone's on good out there. It's been a long day, running a little late getting home, so. Okay. Sweet. Lena, what are you doing? Whatever it is you're eating, you're probably not supposed to be eating. There we go. Customer C. Trying to decide on a C1 build, can't decide on parts to run, other than Air 44s, Air 45 axles. I mean, honestly, both axles, they're both straight axles, just do you want offset pumpkin or no. Air 44s still have more parts availability, support, stuff like that. So, I mean, those options are there. But Brett, the 10-2 3-gear transmission is disconnected. What? Oh man, that's kind of a bummer. 3-gear transmission is beyond an over or underrated transmission. It just has so much ease and fits in almost any budget. So that kind of sucks, honestly. Like, that's kind of makes me sad a little bit there. But I think, Vanquish still makes the 3-gear. Super Shafty has a version of the 3-gear that they make. Obviously, it's the bomb-proof transmission, so it is near indestructible, which is what I need to get for my Wraith. Because I have the VFD for the Air 45 straight axles, but still don't know what would be a good chassis. I mean, VFD is solid because it has overdrive options, transfer case points, puts motor in a 4 design, low profile for interiors. And obviously it does work better with offset pumpkins, but depending on if you're going in a custom chassis and a little bit of drilling, it can work. You know, stuff I have on my VFD, I have a regular AR-44 with mine, so it does fit. And fit can be always a relative term. Lots of things change when you start customizing stuff. I mean, there's lots of C1 chassis out there. I used the V1 C1 chassis. Brazen has the new chassis. Carmarks has chassis. Holmes has chassis. Or Team Garage Hack has the Shop Dog chassis. So, or even just Class 1, depending on if you just want to taste one, you can just do some modifications to a stock chassis just to see if you get a feel for Class 1. Because that is one thing with Class 1. When it comes down to it, all your restrictions are in, the build, the rules and stuff like that. But, every chassis has the limited on, no sporty lane, no angled skid. They have the maximum amount shock towers can rise up and stuff like that. So, I mean, at that point, it puts a lot of chassis, not one. I mean, there are differences with the chassis, but it puts a lot of them kind of in the same realm, stuff like that. And again, you can have the best of everything, the best chassis, everything else, but it comes down to driver and drive time. Like I said, you can build the best of the best, but driving has to complement that. Like I said, you can build chassis, but if you don't have the wheel time behind it or stuff like that, I mean, that's going to take a part in it. Or, again, driver, like really good drivers can take just about any controller and chassis you hand them and drive really, really good. That just comes with experience and stuff like that. Okay, there we go. Brett, I was going to put that in my new capper build. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tim 3 makes those. I mean, that transmission, that really does kind of suck there. I'm not going to lie. It's a simple transmission. It fits in the budgets. I guess good news is, I mean, generally you'll always be able to find one of those used for the most part. So, I mean, they'll still be out there. They will still exist. They just might be a little bit harder to find, which I agree that does suck. I'm not gonna lie. There. What are you doing with my axles? Oh, these pretty things. Just doing things. Brett, can you put a VFD in a G-Speed with their skids? Yeah, you just got to drill holes. That's what most of us, if we run a VFD, we just make our own holes. And that can be done on just about any skid. Carmarks or Fish Crawler, they make a SX style flat skid for the VFD bolt pattern to go in like a flat rail chassis or SCX based stuff like that. So, but simply all I did on mine, I put the transmission where I wanted it, which actually worked, I think, best. Is I knew exactly where I needed it to be. I was able to scoot it over where I cleared all the links, cleared the motor and everything, marked where I wanted the holes, drilled it, and put it down. So my VFD is actually very, very almost centered a little bit to the passenger side, but I have clearance. Everything does clear. Nothing hits even at full max compression, everything like that. Red Rooster, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Scottsdale, Arizona. Nice. We did have some Syracuse and a bunch of others up in there. Several, few people from New York seems here tonight. Jack, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, it's been a long day. I think I only worked on like 2 cars in the shop today, so it's more like I ate a lot and rambled around on the internet for a long part of the day. Yeah, customer see either option. Honestly, you're gonna be good. So, Jack, yeah. So yeah, we're swapping out the regular Air 44s with some F9 Curries here, and they look beautiful. Definitely want to get some different shocks on here soon. Probably need to order some big bores from In the Works. Call that a day. Wheels and tires. It was snowy this weekend, so we threw the M's on, and they just always have plenty of fun there. Always have a good time with the M's and snow. But it's supposed to be really nice. It's supposed to be like 60 degrees on Sunday. So we're definitely going to get some action in. Little class 2, I think, cash comp action. Set up 1 or 2 courses there. I'm going to set up some more practice courses just to keep driving through and keep getting as much practice and drive time in as I can, because that's, at this point, all I can do. There are some things I am thinking of doing here soon. But I think I'm just going to, I have new bodies and some other stuff, but I just need to wait till after Scale Nationals. Then we can really start changing stuff up. Drive ticket first, no reason for anyone else to show up. I need practice, so we're going to drive. Plus, I'll be comping with brand new tires, so we'll see. They'll either do good or they won't. So we will go from there. I think everything else on this is good. New servo on the way for it. I got a G14 coming for this thing. And it's ready to rock and roll. If I do the Air 44s, I'm going to use a 3-gear until I get a creeper. Yeah, there you go. That works too. Perfectly fine plan until parts and everything else. Like I said, 3-gear. When in doubt, 3 gears always there. Fits in just about any skid and any build and works. You don't have to worry about overdrive percentages and stuff like that. Depending on your axles, it's there. Easy math. S Trucker, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah, doing good. Just kind of hanging in there, just messing around. So just swapping out some axles here. Need to find a different servo horn or do some cutting. I don't like that. I got a grinder. We'll take a grinder to that. I'm also trying to decide. I mean, I like the Gatekeeper cage, but I have an Ecto body. I have a Cliffhanger body. I have other bodies that I can't run on here. So it's going to be warm this weekend. We'll go with some Hot 6 wheels or some Boom Racing wheels. That's a toughie. Yeah, I think we should run on the Gatekeeper this weekend. Brett, have you known anyone that has used 3-gear Alfamas? Yes, I've used them before, especially when I first got started in RC. Like that. Now, good thing is, those cases and stuff, are the cases. So if something happens, you could always pull out all the gears and replace all the gears with winches or super shafted gears, anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, just the case, you can get the case. If anything else goes wrong, replace the gears with the good stuff. Red Rooster, is that thumbnail? You're thinking of the snow? No. That is our another local guy here, Kenny. He just got that Phoenix, and he was super excited about that. That thing is a beauty. Super fun. I did take my Phoenix last week and we were in the snow, but I was having, I took the 6x6 out, the Wraith, and the Gatekeeper. And I was just having a blast running those. The Wraith was just, in the 6x6, I was just kind of cutting loose and kind of tearing stuff up. Good times. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of running video from our snow weekend, just little bits here and there. I think I posted a couple on Instagram. The Gatekeeper. That was about it. But hopefully this weekend we'll get some more running video. Again, probably video of several of us going through the actual comp course, and then we'll get some practice videos again. As long as you guys don't mind watching me, plow through gates and stuff, I'll take some more videos. Scott, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Getting ready for the Key City Hobby Contest Saturday. Nice. Good luck, man. Hope you drive good and just have a great time. I am going to have to make it out to that East Coast here at some point in time. Fall crawl, I would love to go, but I go to Crawlapalooza every year, and it's the same weekend, I'm pretty sure. If not, I may just have to skip one year and head out east, or the next ECC, try to get down there again. G-Speed, it would be the same as your axles in Class 1. Yeah, I mean, currently Class 1 is SSD, Air 44s. I have Team Rajak, 0% transfer case, because all my overdrive comes from the front axle and the gears. And I'm running in the works V1, C1 Ford motor mount. Oh, yes. Actually, yes. Nasty Trucker mentioned there. Yes, the 3-gear with dig. Actually, do have that in the kiddo's capper right now. Just trying to get his build going. And, man, I don't know what those. We'll decide in a minute. Trying to decide what transmission to go in there if we wanted to go 4-wheel steer. So for right now, we just went 3-gear with dig. And actually, yeah, so far it's done good. I mean, he drives it. Nothing's broke yet, so we will continue on with that. Chainsaw, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Skittles, hey man, would you be able to suggest a chassis for an SUV body going Lexan, trying to max the points? Thanks on the channel. What class? I mean, Lexan in Class 1 is hard to get the 60 points. It's possible, but it is very hard to get the 60 points with a Lexan in Class 1. Now, 50 points in Class 2 and 3, that is doable. You will have to do some work, and you'll probably need either fancy with some metal work, because those points add up real quick, or transfer case, chassis mounted servo, 3D engine, that type of stuff. Any specific SUV body you're looking to run? Is also chassis, depends on which class, because if you're running Class 1, that changes your options. If you're running Class 2 or 3, honestly, the sky's the limit on chassis that are out there and available. Lots of options for those chassis. And mounting the SUV body really just, again, depends on how aggressive you want to get with cutting. Yes, I did. I forgot about it too until you just mentioned that transmission. It's like, wait, I have that one too. Custom RC calls. Would you run the Vanquish methods with 220 or team project wheels? For class 1? Class 1, yeah, I like narrow wheels. I mean, if you can get away with other wheels and hubs and still get all your tire clearances, that's fine. I take no chances. I run team project wheels, or I'm actually getting a set of these super shafty V3 wheels too. They're also a narrow face and portal friendly wheel. So, I mean, yeah, if you can run other hubs and wheels, and that's the style you like to run, and get all your clearances are good, then go for it. Oh, we'll just change for SUV body. Lexan interior Skittles. What was you were talking about? Oh goodness, that was an expensive drop. Oh, Chris, how's it going? It's love elements. I have 5 different rigs. Did the Ultra 4 setup for my gatekeeper for bashing. It's IFS, SSD deep wheels, KLR M's in the red. Nice, that's awesome. Suggestions on system so I can rep on drums. It's currently stock electronics. Again, lots of good systems out there. I do for most, not all of my trucks. I do run Castle ESCs and Three Brothers RC. But there are lots of options out there. I run Three Brothers because I am a Three Brothers driver. So my competition style vehicles, those are the motors that I run and everything like that. But even being a driver, they are good motors. The Axis motor is super, super good. It's uncensored, but it is super, super smooth. And then there is the Kratos 10. It's a censored motor, and it is super, super smooth. I have it in my Phoenix. They can take the abuse. They have all the power you need and smooth, low in control. You can, but like I said, it's always, everyone always says with the right brushless system, you can do anything with it. And those are true with those. Mamba Micro X, depending on your weight, Mamba X if you want to just go for it, or if you can have good luck, Copperhead 10. That is what's in my gatekeeper and is one of my Copperheads that is still working good. I've had a couple that have not been so friendly on that, so I guess that's kind of it's a almost push your luck type of thing with the Copperheads, it seems. Skills, HPI Avenger body on my TRX4 chassis for class 1. Make them one on my FJ Cruiser. Oh, nice. The HPI, yeah, I love the HPI Avenger Cruiser body. I had one on there I had that body on my TRX4 way back when. So, working on my tier, I think the outside is max. So inside, to get the most points, you're going to want to do some arts and crafts, some styrene, some craft foam, a couple different varieties of glue. And I'm actually been trying to work on it, just haven't got around to it. Working on a video with some simple styrene interiors. Now these will be more comp orientated, so they're going to be basics. They're not going to look pretty. People are going to hate them, but they count. So hopefully I might work on that later tonight or tomorrow. Get a video for at least some basic stuff. But for the styrene stuff, it's simpler than it sounds. Stay. We'll use class 2 here. So when I start mine, so I have my body off, or actually set your body on. You can look through your windows, kind of get a good reference idea of where your electronics set, how high they are, how low they are. Because you want to get the interior everything as low as you can, like that. So then I'll take, so for yours, you can FJ. So you can actually have a pretty decent interior that could get you into 4 seats and a cargo area. So you get 4, 5, 6, 7, potentially 8 points out of a good custom interior for your FJ. So see how hard your electronics are, your shock towers and stuff like that. Then measure on the inside of your body, width, and then a length. So I would say for the FJ, you're probably going to go from like your dashboard area to about the shock towers. So measure that area and then get you you can order on Amazon or your local hobby stores have them. Pick up a random miscellaneous pack of styrene with random thicknesses. Craft foam. You can actually, I've been picking mine up. The Dollar Tree down the road has a huge deal of craft foam in different colors, and it's $1 or $1.25 now. Something else I've been picking up is some like adhesive felt for some like carpet. So you'll take those measurements and then get your hobby knife and just kind of cut out your basic floor with those width, and then you'll set that down on the chassis, and then from there you can go eyeball and kind of trim around whatever needs to make it set as flat or as good as possible. And then from there you just kind of build some stuff up. You'll paint your styrene, add your foam on top or the felt for some carpet effect, just for some of that detail. Then because you want to have, it has to have the depth. It can't just be totally flat, or some places it's fine, but I've been going through mine trying to make some depth. So you'll get the depth in there, and then dash something simple. You just measure across the front of your windshield right there. So it's like 6 inches. So then I'll cut like 6 inches across, and I'll cut 1 or 2 inches deep. And then I'll take my lighter, heat up an edge of the styrene, and fold it about a 45 to 75 something degree angle, and kind of put it up about, it's just easier. So then I'll just kind of put underneath here, I'll just put the styrene there, and that way I kind of get a good shape of my dash and make sure it kind of flows with the A-pillar there. And then take another piece, cut it that same width, and cut about an inch, inch and a half, and then about a 90, so you can make the dash there. And just simply take some super glue and just glue the two pieces together. Then you can paint it from there, or I've wrapped mine in the felt or foam. So I have a dash, and then the dash you can pick up miscellaneous steering wheels from all over, or 3D print some. Drill right there for the steering wheel. Put the steering wheel in, and then go back, and then you'll start. You want to have, again, that depth from that dashboard firewall area to your floor. So then you can make seats. So for the FJ, you'll have 2 captain's chairs, single seats on each side. And again, you just take a piece of styrene about this size here, cut out a small, I'd say, inch and a half section, and then like a 2 or 2.5 inch section, and fold them together like a seat, glue them, paint them, wrap them in fabric like I have here. So you'll make 2 of those, and then the rear you can do a bench seat, which is, again, same thing, just kind of cut it across, just kind of glue little bits together. And then for that space, so whatever you find, some people use other pieces of foam, stuff like that, so you can put the seat on top of the foam and then onto your floor so it has that depth. Or like mine here, they're light enough and I don't have any drivers, so I just take rod ends, and between the floor and the seat I have a rod end for my spacing, so at least has some of that depth. And then so you'd have your 2 front seats, bench seat for your rear seat there, and then that back area probably about where your shock towers are. At that point, you just need like just a flat piece, and make sure it's one piece, or at least connected from your interior floor to there. Even if you have to cut a piece of styrene and kind of angle it up to make a second piece, that way you get cargo area points for that. Actually, SUV, this might be this one was a far better far better example. Goodness. I'll continue on here. I'm just going to catch up a few. Chris, I run a Mob X and Slate 1900 Force on my comp rigs. I have the Copperhead. Sweet. Try that. Yeah. Again, that's also a good combo there. Those Slates motors, those Slate combos, budget friendly, and they're solid. What class is best suited for the Gatekeeper? It does have a frame rail chassis, but body wise and everything else, and getting your wheels tucked into your coverages, which I don't think is a possibility. Class 3, just based on body restrictions, because it does have a frame rail, which is how it should be. Body is a full cage body. It's similar to, like in Sorka Light, there's an exception for the 1.9 race, but that's the only exception. I definitely check with anyone, your local area, to see who runs the comps, see what they think. But with the right wheels and offset, you can get the front tires tucked in the door area, which would be legal there. But I think it's just gonna I think it would just go class 3. Customer C, trying to decide wheels for my class 1. Can't decide what's a good wheel. Vanquish wheels. I didn't say that one. But what's a good wheel? Vanquish methods with the Wolves hubs they make, or team. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, either one, whatever, get your coverage. They're both good, high quality wheels. So both are solid options. Whatever gets your wheel coverage and whatever you like best. Chris, I could take my cage off with my cliffhanger run class 3. Yeah, take your body off, put a cliffhanger body on. You're probably running class 2. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, as far as Gatekeeper comping, it's simple to pull that body off, and it already has all the body posts. So you could pull the cage off, put a regular, realistic body on it, and run it in class 2. Raymond, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Got my RC 4-wheel drive Hobby Forder body for class 1. Nice. That'll be solid. Might end up having to do a new Mortician body before Scale Nationals. Yeah, it's hard to decide. I mean, there's tons of good wheels and stuff out there. And I like lots of wheels. I have lots of wheels. Sometimes just chilling here. Just depends on what I feel like running. Skills. Get back on your interior. Like saying when you get to like the shock tower area, you can either go between them, over them, however, but you want to keep the floor connected with that cargo area and stuff like that. Just so it's all one piece to get your full 3D interior points, and then you would get handmade. You get that extra -2 for handmade scratch build interior. So 2 seats and a bench seat, so that should be 4 seats and a cargo area and handmade. Those points would add up pretty quick. But like I said, class 1 with Lexan, it is going to be hard. I mean, you got 5 there from a chassis mounted servo. I forgot what the answer was the other day. I don't think it was, but like the TRX4, I think they were talking if it got transfer case points or not. I don't think it did. I would have to find that post because I was curious, because I do have a couple of people local that do ask about the TRX4 transmission, and I can honestly never remember. So need to just look that back up. Got an F40 ready to go on the Gatekeeper. So it'd be class 2, right? Yeah. So, like the MST FJ40, yeah, as long as all the other class 2 guidelines. Your front wheels, get the inside coverage of the front door there, and then like if you're pinched or narrowed on the rear, um, stuff like that. Make sure the front's not too narrow. I think the J45 kind of runs into the same problem as the Power Wagon. If you cut the fenders all the way off, it makes it too narrow and it's not legal. So just double check on those last couple rules there. Evan Tasty, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Thank you very much. I just like building stuff. Chad, would I be interested in a crawler race kind of like King of Hammers for RC? That'd be pretty cool. I mean, probably kind of like something like a TTC event. I'm guessing. I definitely enjoy the TTC events. Definitely hooked on that. Ready to get some local TTC events done. And Crawlapalooza, King, Missouri, if anyone there. No Crawlapalooza will have a TTC event, but hopefully I can make to some more. Before then, I know Team K&K is having their big one, and that's anniversary weekend, and that is a no-go. I think I've pushed my luck quite a bit. I said Scale Nationals is in April. It starts. We're actually driving on my wife's birthday down to Alabama. So I'm pushing my luck in a few of those areas as it is. So I'd like to continue all this. I think I'm going to have to tap out of a few of them. Skittles, how's it going? Video going over here would be awesome before. Yes. I said I watched. There are several people out there, like even just searching some of the basic styrene building RC videos on YouTube help out a lot. Kind of what glues hold up best and just good methods and for cutting the styrene and thicknesses. But yeah, I know a lot of people have asked. It's on the list. I want to do a video on that. I want to do one over transmissions, and it's kind of been taking it easy. I was kind of slowed down on some other builds. Weather stuff hasn't been as cooperative. Well, this week it has. This week's been beautiful all week long, and I've been at work. So some days in the last couple of weeks, not gonna lie, kind of just relaxed, came home from work and just kind of hung out, took a little bit of time off, and I had to finish up some video games. So Matt, what's up, buddy? So yeah, I think also we may step way out of the comfort zone and attempt a full scratch build body. I don't know yet. I'm not that crafty. My stick figures have hunchbacks, but I think with enough modern equipment, I should be able to cut a straight line and a few curves with the styrene. So we'll see. I have a couple FJ style bodies that I've seen that I think curve wise would be relatively easy to accomplish, but I don't know. It's well out of my comfort zone. Even when I did the pinch and dove there, it's something it's just like body work on real cars. Something I've never had the eye for or the patience for. I can take the entire car apart, throw everything in a box, and put it all back together. That's not a problem. Or bolting stuff on, like bumpers and stuff like that. Stuff that doesn't require that fineness, that stuff's fine. But that actual talented stuff, like some of these builders and stuff do, and some of these bodies these guys make are ridiculous. Chad. Yeah, something like that, like passing speed and distance, track being like 1/8 mile, like 10 laps. That's a lot of batteries, but that sounds fun. I think the only thing that would hold a big enough battery for something like that is my Wraith or the Bomber. Actually, the Rift would too. Also, that would be pretty cool. I mean, they did have a mini RC style King Hammers thing there. I didn't catch much of the video on it, but it looked fun. But stuff like that, I definitely agree. I think stuff like that, just another element to RC. It's just fun. Or even stuff like that to have alongside major competitions, I think is fun. And I enjoy stuff like that because some of these bigger competitions, where there's just so many people crawling, those lines can get long. Generally, so you're say your Saturday is class 2. You could spend the majority of your day just in line. And they can get boring after a while. So I enjoy, I like events that have other stuff to go alongside them, like say throw in hill climb that day as well, or um, some TTC or something just to kind of pass the time, if you would. And that's pretty cool to see something like that. Need to find a few good areas. I mean, Colorado obviously has the terrain, but I would like to see one. It helps my driving, but some Midwest things. Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, even like North Texas, stuff like that. Nice to see some more national level events this way, and it ends, kind of that traveling coast to coast or coast versus coast thing is everyone's meeting in the middle. One, it would just be convenient because if I drive East Coast or West Coast, I'm looking at a day driving. And at 9 miles to the gallon in my Tundra, adds up real quick. High interstate, I could probably pull a solid 11.5 or 12 miles a gallon. And if we're being honest, I could probably get over 10. Next check. If you do a video on building interior, please don't do like kind of breeze through it. Didn't really show exactly. I've had that same problem on some videos. It's not. It's like stuff. Stuff like comes easier, or the assumed parts of a build. I do that when talking, like working one-to-one cars and trying to explain something to someone else. Explaining that or showing stuff like that just comes so easy to me. I do everything by memory, and then I turn around and they're staring confused, like I just, solved world hunger or something like that, and they have no idea what just happened. So I try to slow it down. Luckily, I'm not a skilled builder, so hopefully I can, take some time on that and try to cover everything. Like I said, they won't be super detailed. Obviously, if you have more artistic ability, the sky's the limit on that. But it'll probably just be simply, kind of basics, bare bones, just to get the points. And that's for right now. Said when those new rules come out in October of this year, I have a feeling a lot of builds will be redone. There's lots of good stuff. Some of the stuff I've been talking and seeing about with the new rules, I'm excited. And I will honestly probably rebuild all class 1, 2, and 3 towards the end of the year. We'll just go from scratch, or at least parts of them. Raymond, replace the shock to my cliffhanger. Big orange will check big boards. Nice. Matt, I'm gonna try to start on mine this weekend. Now, what was the? Yeah, I picked up some. I had some. I wasn't sure how much I had, but I picked up some more. Another .06 sheet of styrene from Hobbytown, and some new glues. I found it's the Land Cruiser Heritage Museum has a super detailed gallery of every FJ Cruiser model. So there were several of them that was really good, and they have really good detailed pictures, good front shots, side shots, stuff like that. So, but I also did find another page. I think I saved the link that almost had like blueprints with some measurements, but obviously we can scale those measurements down to get a good idea. I don't know. It's going to be a while. I thought about doing it before Scale Nationals, but I'm not. At this point, they're done. They'll all see major changes. Class 2 will have all new axles after Sorka, full new body, all kinds of stuff. Just kind of change it all up. Chris, as we try to start my hand at C1 this year, having issues trying to build inner fenders using soft blink craft foam sheets. Yeah. In class 1, depending on your body and stuff like that, I don't have any inner fenders on my class 1. I didn't need points for them. I should though, just because they're honestly probably easier and lighter than some of the other things I have that I'm using for points. Some Gorilla Tape on the backside or helping shape, and some heat. A little bit of heat gun action or light, just light brushes with a lighter, kind of just help keep it form, or make it enough where it kind of just tucks. Or another thing, Velcro. If you have them where you're taking up like the whole wheel area there, you could have like Velcro and say like inside of the body here, or like on the underside of the hood, and then on the back side of your inner fender, just a small piece of Velcro, and then just push them up there. That I think would help hold them in place a lot too. Zero Lock. What rig would recommend to get started in one? Start with an RTR or build from scratch? For comp, getting into the scale comping and whatnot, starting from scratch is the better option. Now, you can get things like a 10-2 builder's kit or an element builder's kit and use almost everything out of there. You can even use the links. If you're doing this on like a budget, just going, you could easily use almost everything out of there, even the transmission in there. Or yes, you can go from scratch. Choose whatever chassis suits you best, you really like. There's feedback on all of the pages and stuff like that. So lots of options out there. And we all run different chassis for our own reasons or different reasons. Each chassis, they all kind of have their own little perk and thing. One thing I do like, and no matter whatever chassis I recommend or whatever, is compatibility with other performance parts, stuff like that. Like I love Team Grotjack transmissions. So if I'm looking at chassis, I'm looking at stuff that is compatible with their chassis. G-Speed is one. Obviously, Team Grotjack, their chassis, Brazen chassis, and there's a couple more out there that work almost hand in hand with Team Grotjack, and their stuff is compatible on a regular basis. So that is one thing to consider. Materials, colors, whatever fits your fancy. But knowing what I know now, my first one was a swap over from what I had, but I would build from scratch. Knowing what I know now, I would build from scratch. It's just, you get everything right. I can't say you get everything right the first time, but you get what you want. Axles. You start with axles, chassis, get your transmission, shocks, stuff like that. And you can get, the best of the best, almost right off the bat. You don't have to worry about upgrading stuff later. And you can just do it in steps. I want to knock out shocks this paycheck, so you get shocks. The next one, you do this or that. That's a style of build, or you can go all out from the start. But yeah, if you were looking at a donor truck though, 10-2 Element are great donors. 3 transmission, solid transmission, works and everything. Element transmission, heavy, but it has good options. It has overdrive options and support, and I enjoy the transmission. It works really, really good. I've always had great luck with Element transmissions myself. I get 23 on the highway. You get 23 in your Tacoma? For real? That's probably that can't be right. 23 on the highway in a Tacoma? That's impressive. I think the most I've ever seen is like 18, if that. That's impressive. That is super impressive. Kind of shocked right now. Hold on a minute. Let me. 23 on the Tacoma on the highway. That's ridiculous. Customer C, we'll run Cliffhanger in C2 or make it build C3. Whatever you like. That body works both class 2 and 3. It is already pinched front and rear. So mind that in class 2, that is 2 of your 3 modifications. You can't cut any more into the doors or anything like that. So remember, that is already 2 of your 3 modifications. Rain, where's a good place to get styrene? Amazon, any of your local hobby stores, even like Hobby Lobby or Joann's, places like that, they even probably have styrene. Andy R, how's it going? Okay. Barcelona. Wow, that's where I figured you from your comments and stuff. I figured it was somewhere overseas. I just wasn't sure. Weather here, right now, it's nice. I think we were almost at 65 degrees today. Tomorrow's again supposed to be nice. I think Saturday's supposed to go like Friday tomorrow. Saturday's 40 and then Sunday's 65. So a little bit of everything. And last week we had 8 inches of snow and -3. So everything. Plus Spoon RC, how's it going? I did this nice. Taste, I get 21 to 22 out of my Rubicon. Yeah, but it's a Jeep. Doesn't count. No one cares. Just kidding. Just kidding. It's from the check engine light. It automatically gives it more MPG. Brett used my Element V2 for my first G-Speed. Yes, that was first one was a capper, but then my next one was an Element straight swap. Wolfman, what wheels and tires are I building, and how often do I install Beadlocks and get a little wobble? Yeah, Beadlocks wobble. I mean, yes, I still do it. This one right here, this one's gonna wobble. I pinched the bead, and I'm lazy, so that's why I'm just kind of massaging it to try to finish it back out. But these, the TF2, is tore down, and it's going to new owner, local guy here. He has an 85 Tacoma that he just got 1-to-1 doing some off-road. He wants one to complement, so gonna let him get that. And I wanted to try something different with Class 0. I kind of want to multi-purpose my Night Runner. Because I haven't decided. I was thinking about trying to do another Trail King for Class 0, or just anything, just because the Trail King was super fun. But I might multi-purpose the Gatekeeper. I'd like to get, because that wheelbase is pretty close. I'd probably do the extra cab RC full drive body. Get everything on there to fit. And even though, it's an 86, or it's an 87, 86, 87, there were certain trims that did have IFS, so that would actually fit scale-wise as well, because that extra cab did have an IFS version, so might multi-purpose that. So throw the hard body on some days, and then just other days just have the Night Run up. But so these are just some 1.9 SSD black wagon wheels with some Class 0 BFG crawlers. Tiny tire. 4.75 crawler, 3.85 crawler. Yeah, they're tiny, but they're sweet. I enjoy these tires a lot. So I just kind of swap out the wheels because I think the black wheel on here looks really, really good. But yeah, as far as also the wobble, yeah, it happens. with your foams and everything, when I'm doing the foams, I sit there and I just kind of work the foam back and forth, just get everything nice and centered. Then also with the bead, make sure everything's good. Customer dad chose 30 was best at 10.5 and won't touch it. Yeah, I can definitely see that. No, that's the thing. Towing doesn't matter if I could have a car, trailer with the razors on it. I get no less than what I get. I just get no greater. Unless I have over 10K on the truck, it doesn't drop below 9 or 10. It just gets it, no matter what's behind it, how fast I'm going. That is what it gets for 38 gallons. NDR, yep, crawl time here this week. Nice, that's good. Chris Henson, my class 1 is a C1B1 4-door Mojave 2. Nice. Always good to see the 4-door Mojave 2s on there. They look good. Andy, did I ever try the AM32? No, I haven't. I haven't even tried the Holmes ESC. Little issues and stuff here and there that I've been waiting for them to work out, but it's on my, I have it saved on one of my things. I just haven't got around to trying it. Customer sees, could you get a G-Shock kit and run Air 44s with the links? A few of the links might be a little wonky, but yes. Might have to do a little bit of link work, but yes, it could be done. Right age, get like 11 in my Comanche. Nice. Next trip, 85 was last year for the sold axles. Yes, there it is. It's all in that range. Now, obviously, there's still a thing because everything just swapped right over. Still, for the most part. But yeah, wanted to still keep it scale because that's the one thing with the IFS. It's like I at least want to put a body on there that has IFS. So should be good to go. Yep, it happens. Sometimes everything goes together and they're good. Another time, just like, oh man, a little mess up or tighten one side down just a little too much before the other side, and it's done. Coil packs, new plugs. How about nice? Yeah, I guess it is about time for. No, I'll probably do my plugs probably close to fall. I think I'm just over 90. 91K in my Tundra, so still got a little bit more for plugs, but you have a 3rd gen, so yes, your plugs are due like every 60,000 miles. In case you didn't know, that's when your spark plugs are due. That direct injection does wonders on spark plugs. Let's see. Where's our anti-thumbs? Here. There's stuff everywhere. Yeah, put it over this. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I mean, they used to, used to be 30,000 mile plugs, then they went to 60, so. Front, rear, and rear. Uh, 63, that's not bad at all. Let's see, mine's a 15. I got the last the black one of that before the new pearl black came out. It has like blue flake in it, so mine's like black, which I like. Well, what's not scratched anyway. Oh, that one wrapped up. Sweet. So, anyone else? Anyone? Any new purchases? Any new builds going, or anything coming out that looks interesting? One that I liked was the no prep GTR body. GTRs excited me in the first place, and I keep wanting to do a drag build. I already have a super body setting here, GTR body. It's definitely gonna be cool too. Just eventually gonna have to decide, just pull the trigger and get one, even if it is just RTR, like a DR10 right now would do me just fine. As much as I'm probably not gonna drive it, I don't need to go too crazy. But at the same time, some of that RC tire business is a little crazy. Custom RC would do a hard body or Lexan for C2 and 3. Depends on the rules points. For Sorka, I have a 50-point Lexan for class 3, and I have 50-point hard body for class 2. Kind of whatever fits your build the best and what you want to do. The 50-point on the class 3 took a little bit of work, but it's there. Class 2, class 2 at 50, really, really easy with the stuff it has. But again, it comes down to points. Like, as soon as Skill Nationals is over, the hard body's coming off of the class 2. It's getting narrow, small body, cuts, all the things, new wheels, all that. So, yeah, it really kind of depends on the rules, point system, and what fits your build. If you're just competing to drive the best and stuff like that, Lexan obviously is going to be more beneficial for your overall performance. Or if you plan on going more Sorka and just want to drive Sorka all the time, then start running a hard body, start running it at local events and stuff like that, just so you do drive it. Like I do, even before this, I have flipped on and off throughout the hard body just so I have an idea how the truck handles with the hard body and Lexan. Or if we have a comp coming up, I change body and I go drive it and get used to it again. Oh, dang. Good there. We're building an XR10 MOA. Nice. Next job, I'm liking the tusks. Yes, I am still liking the tusks a lot. Still need to get a second of those. I'm really excited to drive these this weekend. Really good. I do believe my order shipped. I think I have dual stage anti-foams arriving this weekend. So that, yes, get those in out. I might actually put the dual stage in these, and those ones are easier to mess with. Might try them both, but overall, yes, the test, enjoy. I enjoy a lot, and I feel comfortable recommending that tire. Did solid. Tread pattern is good. Traction was great. So yeah, I'd comfortably recommend the test tire, and the size was pretty good too. I think it's definitely only just a slight larger 475 tire, but still legal, still 4.75. But overall feels really, really good. So, yeah, that's definitely on there with my recommended tire lists. Depends on the terrain, stuff like that. You know, I have lots different tires for things. I mean, I have other tires over here still too. So, yeah, came out pretty good there. We went the OG KLRs on here. We got anti-foams in there. Those are the some Team Hot 6 wheels that have adjustable offset built in. We swapped out the Air 44s for some Curries. Yes, everything there looks good. This actually, I think, I might pull the transmission out after this weekend because I'm pretty sure, no, it at least has the 6%, and I'm pretty sure these have the higher OT6 overdrive ring and pinion, which is about 22. So it's actually going to be putting this thing about 30%, or 25 to 30%, which I might cut it down just a little bit. Stay. And also, yes, the Class 3 is also back up all-wheel steering. We got the servo mount in from Punk's Custom 3D, and nice, sets it down there right on top of that truss. So pretty low. Went together really smooth. 4-link, all that stuff went in there good. So super happy with that. Definitely should have definitely helped my ability, and hopefully not breaking it. Because yes, yeah, I was definitely. I'd say I went through almost two of the other ones I had printed. So this one should do much better there. Super excited about that. And that turning is pretty on point there. I need to do some trimming. I think I'm going to have to move my body mounts to the inside of the frame rail, and then just kind of cut this section out. Just because it does hit quite a bit. Scott Otto, how's it going? Get ready to build a Phoenix as soon as it comes back in stock. Just curious what you think about the performance of it. I love the Phoenix a lot. I had an absolute blast building the Phoenix. I had no issues. Assembling, everything went good. Now, again, part of that's just how many kits you've built and stuff like that, getting the hang of it. So all that I had no issues with. I've done a little bit of modifications to mine, changed out some shock towers, did a little bit of shock work, high clearance links. But overall performance, even before those, I enjoy it, hands down. Not price not being a factor, but similar to own Roma categories, Portal, RTR vehicles, T-Rex 10.3, Phoenix hands it to them. It just does. And yes, it does. It is a top heavy body, but still far less top heavy than any of the 10.3 or T-Rex bodies, minus the sport special because it's stripped down and it's a perfect little unit. Lightweight, bare minimum. T-Rex 4 Sport obviously does good, but your other scale bodies, your top heavy and everything else, Phoenix does way better. As soon as they come back in stock, I will be trying to get another Phoenix as well. Mostly because I want another body for this one here, and I want to do a build with the Phoenix driveline. So that will be the plan. Hopefully I can get in on an order as well for the next round of Phoenixes or whenever. I'm not in any hurry, so and it doesn't hurt me that they kind of ran out of stock and took a little bit. Things happen. And again, as big and well known as Vanquish is, when it comes to vehicles and producing, they're still not backed by multi-million-dollar Horizon Hobby stuff like that. So it's just going to have its limits. But overall, Phoenix, I love it. Everything about the Phoenix, the body, I dig it. The bed, everything. The axles are awesome. I've had no issues with the axles whatsoever. The turning radius on these for the Portal. Let's move this. Oh no. I don't know what that was. The touring race overall on the portal, I like it a lot. Material here, the slide, everything, super, super good. I'm really looking forward to putting the axles and drivetrain in another style chassis, possibly. I knocked off. This is not important. The build was super fun. I know there are a lot of people that did not enjoy the build experience. But again, it comes down on to how many you've built and other stuff you built. I'd already done a couple pros and an ultra prior to this, so I was already familiar with the Vanquish repair manual and how everything there goes together. So I also went together a breeze. Actually, the shocks, as much as everyone disliked the shocks, I honestly really like the shocks because all the little springs and O-rings, they were already put together. So I was super, super, super happy about that. And I said, one of my update videos, only issue I did break one gear, and that was my fault. I had the truck severely, severely bound out, and I went to power out of it. And when I hit the throttle, I also engaged overdrive selection and full throttle and everything. Did not agree at that point, and we all heard it right there. It was an instant grunt. I'm like, oh, so all good. I ordered a set of gears, called it a day. Next, I'm going to get a set this weekend. I was wondering if you still like them. We're running the Tusk with Dirt Track Showdowns with my set. Yes, and you're going to like them over the Showdowns. I tried the Showdowns a while back. Again, honestly, you can get all four for a very good price. For like an all-terrain type of tire just thrown on a trail truck, I enjoyed them, but I think you're definitely going to enjoy, as far as performance and a tire you can count on. Definitely, I think like the Tusks more there. But that may have just been me and my terrain. Because again, your terrain, what you crawl on, that differs everywhere. So it may definitely affect all your stuff there. Customer C, I was trying to decide if I want to change to either C2 to a C3, if I want to just keep the power wagon. Whatever kind of fits, you can run. I mean, people that run class 2 and 3, that's their same truck. It's just one truck that they run in both. So that's an option too. Do you mind me? What meter do I use? What meter? Did I talk about a meter and forgot? I could have. What meter are you referring to? Raymond, building's a great part. Yes, that's another reason. Building the truck, yeah, you know exactly what everything is. So, and when you're assembling stuff, yeah, you see how everything goes together. You get an idea. It's like, oh, so this does this and this does this. So when you have a problem, you're like, I bet it's that. Jordan, what shock weight am I running in the Phoenix and motor? Don't think I've changed it. I've been meaning to, but I haven't. When I built the truck, I think I did 35 all the way around just to start. I want to go to a 40 in the front, a 45 or 50 in the rear. Just kind of a personal preference. At least a 40 in the front. But yeah, I just went with my neutral starting weight is generally always a 35. So that's what I went with there. And it's done really, really well. I think I do want to bump it up just a little bit more in the front there. And motor, it is current now running a Three Brothers RC Kratos 10 and a 1950 kV with 14 tooth pinion. Might still be a 15. I can't remember if I changed the pinion or not. But it is a 1950 kV Kratos 10 with a Mamba X ESC. Fabso, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Customer C, I have that I'm not allowed to use a winch. So that's what I'm trying to decide. I think I can run the same in different classes. Yeah, I would check on that. Yeah, and the crawler canyon stuff. Those rules do differ. Like you guys, they have their own and stuff like that. So again, whatever rules. But if it's allowed and stuff like that, you can always run in C2 and C3. Generally, vice versa. So. I know lots of people that do that one. It kind of saves on builds and stuff like that. So it's always nice. I've thought about it at times, but then if something happens in one class and hinders me in another class, so one of each. And so my first live chat. Nice. Well, thanks for tuning in. Scott, thanks. We're about how top heavy it's going to be. Built 10.3, and I'm not a fan of how it drives it. I personally am not a fan of the 10.3. Most of my problems with the 10.3 is the transmission. I don't like the gearing, and it's loud, and it makes all kinds of ruckus. I know lots of people complain about the twin VFD making noises. It has nothing on a TRX or a 10.3 training. They're louder, a lot more noises, and I've had far more problems with them than this. And the key thing with the VFD twin when you're installing, do not use power tools at all on any part of the transmission. Hand tight everything in there, not hand tight, especially on a few of the covers. And it does, I think it does in the original manual. If not, it's in the updated one. There are a couple things you definitely want to go over on the updated manual. Unless is on a tightening sequence or how tight they are. That has been parts of people's problems with noises, and sometimes just power tool and just running it all the way in. And some of these plastic screws, they can go all the way through. It's just plastic, and they'll go all the way through into another gear. And the C-clips, don't forget the C-clips. But yeah, I really enjoy it a lot. Now, yes, it is top heavy body, but with the bed here, it's designed, and then interior, I think it's overall, I think it's good. I think it's definitely better than the others. I might get an Air 44 for the rear. Then it's kind of what I want. Different trucks, different cars. Yeah, and again, it just kind of comes down to whatever you feel like building, budget, and stuff like that. So, like I said, you can take your time and just work on one class and then bump into another class. That's a random question. Do I have any experience with the G-Mate R1? Personally, no. I've never built one myself. We have a couple local guys here that have them, and they seem to really enjoy them a lot. So. Grab a refill real quick. Oh, cookie went down the wrong way. And you know. But yes, anything else everyone been up to, or anything specific you want to see, some videos on, anything like that, or just kind of just keep going with what we got going? Said definitely want to get one in on some transmissions, basic interior, basic styrene video. As far as actual full builds and stuff like that, we're kind of wintertime still. Scale Nationals coming up pretty fast. Kind of taking a break on full out builds, other than just kind of with scraps with what I have laying around, or obviously trades and stuff like that. So custom builds, stuff like that, still might be a little bit. I do have some other things going on. I am still acquiring parts for end of the year comp. So do have a lot of parts starting to accrue for that giveaway build. And that'll just kind of be a throughout the year type of build. I'm not in any hurry because we aren't doing that till November. So update videos on rigs and details. I mean, that's what I'm going to try to start with like that little tinkering video I did the other day. I'm going to try to get those more on a regular basis, so maybe every week or two, or anytime I have a couple rigs with some significant changes. Definitely want to do that and touch base on some of that. Night Runner really hasn't changed. I've changed some wheels on it. That's about it. The Rift hasn't changed. It may soon. It may lose some color, but I think it would be for the best. I found something that I want for the Rift, so but it'll be. I don't think it'll happen until after Scale Nationals, so not too worried about it there. Honestly, a few of the kids' videos. I mean, I could probably go with some little kind of overall rig update with what changed. The comp rigs, they're kind of doing their own updates as I go through the Nationals videos, and I am going to do one for Nationals with all Class 1, 2, and 3, and the Rift, because the Rift is going to Scale Nationals. But yeah, I can probably work. That's something simple. Which I keep the overdrive for the VFD or get the stock 6%. Whatever. I prefer personal preference for my comp rigs. I like in that 25 to 30% range. Class 1 is 22%. Class 1 is 22%. Class 3 is 30%. And with the VFD now in Class 3 with the rear portal axle, it's about 31 to 33%. So, Raymond, my go-to transmission. Comping or just getting a truck together? Just getting a truck together, I always have a 3-gear on standby. As far as comping, I think I really like the Team Garage Hack T210 transmission a lot. Also like the Ford motor mount from Team Garage Hack and a VFD. Like those are comp performance side of it. Those are its go-tos. Now I am really at that. But the T210 is definitely, I think, one of my favorite transmissions. One, it is a beautiful transmission. It has 30% overdrive, Fordish motor mount style, and currently does count for transfer case points, nor my wiring there. But the T210, I really enjoy it. Beautiful design there. Fold back and flare, but also lower profile. So for building interiors and stuff, actually that top there is awesome to set the interior on to build. But again, it puts that motor forward for some better placement. Down, kind of over as best I can there. And T case points. So I get my overdrive and I get -4 for it being a transfer case. So definitely like that. And bolts to a standard S6 style 4-bolt pattern. So bolts a lot, and I have the custom angled skid in this one to tilt it back, so it clears everything. Oh, shouldn't have ate that crap. I just kind of. I think that happy panda is trying to kill me. But hopefully, those are still taking a little bit. They're transitioning and getting that 100% made here in the States. So I'm really excited for that. And then maybe some color options for that as well. Next, just trying to finish up my trucks before the K&K event and Beat the Creek. Pumps start back up right here. Nice. That Beat the Creek sound. That would be another fun event. Maybe next year. Definitely try for scales again next year. But maybe next year, try to throw in a couple East Coast events too. That would be pretty sweet. I'm gonna have to try to make it out there some more. Also, just again, going to all these comps and meeting everybody is an absolute blast. I enjoy meeting everybody there. So, Custom RC, I go over side hills, which is why I'm trying to side. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you have a lot of side hill, again, that is one of your things. That's overdrive does hurt the overall side hill, but I find, and with enough experimenting, you can find a happy medium. Maybe not the full 21% overdrive that the VFD has. Maybe just doing the regular 10% overdrive in a ring and pinion to put you at like the 15 or 16 range. Maybe that's a sweet spot. But again, driving your truck, an area, go from there. Raymond. Yep. Yeah, that's a solid transmission. Tulo's too. Tulo's an awesome transmission as well. Low profile, sleek, small design, and lightweight. T210 is a little heavy, but it's beautiful. I love that transmission. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to like these tires a lot too this weekend. I'm excited to get this whole thing out. So we'll go straight into the action this weekend. And then class 2 will get some major changes when we're done here. We're probably going to go, we'll go Portal, Lexan on class 2 next. But anyways, I think, yeah, got a couple things to finish up here. Anyways, as always, should be good to go for next Thursday as well. Nothing special next Thursday. Oh, shit. Everybody, in case anybody forgets, Valentine's Day is Monday. So I will be going to the store tomorrow for lunch. In case anybody forgot, Monday is Valentine's Day. Remember that. If that occurs or needs to be, a good Valentine's Day probably transitions over to good RC time and life. Wow, I totally would have forgot. But other than that, yeah, next Thursday should be good. Instead of changing that chart to spell another one. Shh. You know why. Yeah, should be good to go for next Thursday. I don't have anything planned. Actually, my year. I think I'll have a video. I'll post on the community tab for live stream next Thursday. I think we'll be good, but in case something comes up, I'll post. Let you know there. Maybe squeeze it in on another night, maybe Friday for that one. Yeah. It's if something comes up and I can't do it Thursday, we'll do a Friday night live stream. But either way, there'll be a live stream next week. I'll just let you know on the day. I'll work on a basic interior video, and hopefully we'll have plenty of running video this weekend. GoPros are charged. Got some new batteries on, trying some more, and some other, get everything charged. Yeah, we'll get going on that. Gatekeepers done. We'll also get some more, just some running footage of the Gatekeeper, and we probably will do a full update on it since I've kind of redone it a lot since last time. And 65 degrees, the Rift will probably be coming out too. So we'll have some good driving videos this weekend. So hopefully should be good to go. But in the meantime, as always, anything, any questions, anything like that, put them down. Do my best to answer anything like that. Any suggestions for some videos, I'll see what I can do. But as always, everyone have a great one. Till next time, crawl on. Thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated. So till next time, everyone have a great one.